Thanks. That tune always gets me. Good evening, everyone. I'll tell you what. Now, before I go anywhere and speak to Liz, I've got a confession to make. Today, I supposed to went out with my carer, and my carer well, I'll stay with you for an hour, and while you sit down on doing your computer, I will gel your hair. So, one minute she put spikes in it, and next minute she swept it right back, and now my hair is like cardboard. So I know you're listening out there, and I know that you're listening. So I've got a message for you. You wait till tomorrow morning. I'll get my own back on you. It's really bad. Look at it there, really bad. Anyway, we got Liz, and we're talking about food labels. The trouble is, Liz, what are you laughing at?
Your hair. I knew it looked different.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, she put a lot of gel in it, and the gel at the back is really, really wet at the. Oh, it's really.
Oh,
You know,
gooey.
it's like hopping in a box of jelly or something. You know what I mean? What? Yes, I will get you tomorrow. Yes. Anyway, I just had a message from her. So I want to talk about food labels. A lot of people, when they're going shopping in the supermarkets, they don't actually read all the labels, do they?
No.
They don't. They look at the label and they look at the package and they thought, right, that's good enough, so they put it in the shopping trolley and things like that, and they take it back home and they're thinking, well, I'm supposed to be losing weight, but I put this in the trolley. Does it matter if we read our labels?
Yes, it's very important, and it's something that I take all of my clients through reading labels. Start to read your labels.
All
Start
right.
to find out what's in the food that you're eating, because so much processed food has so many really bad ingredients in them, and it's not doing you any good. Forget about weight, your health, for your health. Really
Right.
bad.
So how about these eye fiber bars I can buy now? You can buy these slimming bars now, these high fiber ones, and they've got the labels down and it says they got this in there and that in it. What do you think about them?
Just eat proper food. Just eat vegetables. The vegetables will supply you with the fiber you need. And I get it. Some people say, I don't like vegetables. But they're probably only used to vegetables that have had their backsides boiled out of them. There's so
Mm,
many great ways to have vegetables to change it about a bit. It doesn't just need to be boiled veg on a plate. I mean, that's pretty boring anyway.
yeah, of course
You
it
can
is.
do
Yeah,
loads of lovely stir fries, but you can get all the fibre from the veggies.
yeah. You can get cheap vegetables in the supermarket, can you?
That's right, because these bars are expensive
Oh no, definitely. You
and full of
know,
other rubbish.
of course it is. Yeah, and a waste of money. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Yes, I'm not talking about slimming rail bars. Don't want to get in trouble again on Twitter. Please, no, not me again.
Oh, I've been booted out of a Slim Wheel group.
Have you?
Yeah.
Naughty. Was that on Twitter, was it?
Now on Facebook, I've been a member of a group for maybe a few weeks, and I've just been helping people.
You've been taking people from that page to you, ain't you?
No, I haven't. Nobody knows what I do. It's just what I said, I think.
Right, okay.
And it wasn't rude. It was just something about Slimming World, and now I'm no longer a member of the group, it seems.
Disgrace. You
I
are
thought of you as soon as it happened. I thought of you.
you're a disgrace to the population.
I know it's shocking, but
W-
no, we're not talking about Slimming World fibre bars. But there's loads of cereal bars and
Yeah,
bars for fibre and bars for this and bars for protein, and that all sounds great. But these bars are loaded with crap as
yeah,
well.
no,
Poor
yeah,
quality oils, number
yeah,
one. Artificial sweeteners, number two.
yeah. I know. The trouble is, you can go to a supermarket, can you? And you can buy some, nice cauliflower, and you can buy some kind of like veg, like nice fresh veg. You can do all sorts with veg, can't you?
Yeah,
Soups and stuff, and
yeah,
I haven't had pumpkin soup for a long time,
lovely.
and stuff like that. So why kind of like do these go for all these high fiber bars what Slimming World is selling, and things like
Yeah.
that.
It's a money making scheme. They don't care about our health. It's
No,
a
they don't, do
profit.
they?
It's
No, they
profit to the
don't.
company.
No, me and you are going to be ended up in prison in a minute. You've been next door, and I'll be in the other door. You
Thing
know?
is, though, no, it's a known fact. I mean, the big food manufacturers, that they do not have our health at heart at all. It's all about the profit.
Of course it is.
Because if they did,
Yeah,
they wouldn't feed us with what they feed us.
that's correct. And I'm glad you said that. I'm really glad you said that because that's what I said this week on Twitter about that. And you know what? They jailed me again.
What did you say this time?
Well, well, I'll just put a picture up of jail on it, put me behind it saying help, help, help. And in it, I sent you the picture of it, and in my mouth, I've got like a protein bar in there saying,
Yeah.
I'm just taking a mic, but taking a mic and things out.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, you'll see, what I'm trying to say about reading your labels is that it is very important. Sometimes we're busy all the time, but I think when we go to supermarkets, we need to read our labels because we don't know what's in it. Because some of the foods are starchy and everything, and everything.
Yeah,
Hey,
even the foods are labelled healthy.
yeah,
Think again. If it comes in a plastic wrapper in a box, it's not healthy. It's got preservatives in there. It'll have ingredients you can't even pronounce. It'll have numbers and things. I mean, some of them say healthy, and there's maybe minimal ingredients, but it's been processed. What
of
has
course it is.
happened to
Yeah,
that food in the process of it being processed? You have to think twice. Ideally, you have to think twice. I mean, at the end of the day, you are in charge.
yeah.
And
Um,
if you want to be healthy, you have to start reducing those foods out of your diet.
of course you do.
Yeah.
I've got a message here. Sorry, I, I took some notes earlier. What do you think about ready meals?
Again, they're going to be processed in some way. They're going to
Yeah.
probably have the wrong kind of fat. They're
Mm,
probably, I mean, if they're low calorie or low fat foods, they're going to have artificial sweeteners in there. They're going to have preservatives.
mm,
So with my primal head on, no, terrible idea. But if you're someone that just does not have time to make a healthy meal, they probably are a better alternative than fast food and takeaway.
yeah. Yeah. Well, of course, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, but people will say all this that these ready meals are okay, and they're a small amount. They're a small amount. So why not?
Yeah, but that's down to calories, isn't it? They'll say it's small, it's within 300, 400 calories. But if the quality of that calorie is poor, then that's not going to do any favors.
Right. So are you saying, and with your plan as well with Primo Health, what do you say to your customers about foods like that? Do you say like stay off that, but go into the veg? What do you say to them?
I wean them off of those kind of foods. I let them know that if they work with me, they have to spend more time in the kitchen. You can't do it. You cannot improve your health if you're still eating those kind of foods. It has to
Right,
be a gradual reduction of them,
right.
and they do have to spend more time in the kitchen, because
Right.
you can't lose weight and be healthy if you're still consuming some of those foods.
Totally agree.
It won't work.
But what happens if you are a person like me who goes in the kitchen? Well, I haven't been in the kitchen for a while, and I'm supposed to done it. I suppose, by the way, everybody, I did say before Christmas that I was going to go in the kitchen and do a meal.
We're still
Uh,
waiting.
they're still waiting. See, Liz is still waiting. I'll see, I'll see what I can do. I promise you, I will do it. Um, but the trouble is, so see, it's like me. For back in the kitchen, I don't know where to start to cook a meal. You know what I mean? I used to, my wife used to say, "Oh, you're really good at cooking and things like that, really nice." I'm not boasting, but now if I go out there, I'll probably blow up the cooker. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
not funny, but that's you know, I'd rather have my wife's cooking because her cooking's really, fabulous and really nice, and she knows what she's doing what food's down because when I first met, she used to put a lot on, but now it's like, oh, you can only have this, only can have that, and and she just keeps it down to a limit. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
what she's done with me is she's kind of like lowering the plate. She's not doing it just all up. Oh, God, I've got a kind of one of those dragonflies in front of me. So anyway, yeah, yeah. So she just kind of like got plates, and it was like a big plate, and then she's going to lower it down. And in a minute, I'm afraid I'm going to have a pudding plate, and it's not going to be very good. And the trouble is, as well, is evenings for for most people, innit? Because it can be really bad in the evenings.
yeah, most definitely. But if I can just go back to the time in the kitchen again, I
Yeah.
mean, the idea, you don't go into a kitchen and expect to knock up fancy dishes. You make your dishes as simple as possible. So you can do a lot of prepping. You can do batch cooking and pop in the freezer. It's not like you have to go into your kitchen every day and cook an evening meal. You
Yeah,
can
but
prep ahead and batch cook, and you can keep things really simple. You don't even need to cook. You could knock up a cold veggie salad with some tinned fish and some cottage cheese. And I know, fair enough, some people don't like that, but there are ways around it. You don't have to cook every night.
mm, I don't like tin fish.
Well, it's handy, but
Yeah.
as well, and
I can eat
people
mush.
say, go
Sorry,
on.
sorry, say that. Go on.
I was going to say, if people say they don't have time, then they need to kind of look at what is taking up so much more of their time that they can't spend 40, 30, 20 minutes, sometimes 20, 30, 40 minutes in the kitchen knocking up a fresh dish. They,
Mm,
I think they need to take a look, what are they doing? Because if they're so busy, they're in the danger of burning out eventually. So they should really kind of rein in what it is they've got in their diary, so as they don't,
mm.
come crashing down one day. Because if you haven't got time to make a meal, you really need to take a look at what's going on in your life.
Someone said to me once, "Why are you phoning up a takeaway and wasting your time and waiting for 15 minutes or half an hour for a takeaway, while you can go out in the kitchen and make a meal in 5 minutes?"
That's right. It's
It's
cool.
true, isn't it? It's
It
right,
is.
and that's what people used to say to me, and I was thinking, "Shut up, I'll have a takeaway." But it's true, isn't it? You can make a meal in
Yeah.
about 5 minutes, 5 10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, the stir fry, you can already, if you pre-chopped your veggies, you get a bit of this, bung that in, bit of that, bung that in, some bean shoots, some cubed chicken, some, cubed halloumi for, fat and protein. You got a tasty meal. You can throw herbs and spices in there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
easy.
Yeah, but the trouble is, though, see, my wife will tell you the first thing about me. If it's any food like left over, unless it's spaghetti bolognese, I don't want it. Like she will say, "Well, I'll put it in the fridge. We can have that tomorrow." Or then when it comes tomorrow, I'll say to her, "Oh, don't want it now. Don't want it now." because I'm one of these people who I'm a bit fussed. I waste food really. I don't want it. I don't want today's food. You know, tomorrow's. You know, waste or whatever what it is. You know,
Yeah,
I can't eat tomorrow's food. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
I don't know why, but it's always been me.
So you
You know,
wouldn't take something out the freezer and defrost it like a casserole or something like that, or some
no,
soup?
no, no. I no, I won't do that. I think I've got to think about it. I think it's been. I used to think it's like contaminated or whatever.
Oh no, it's really handy actually. You can just get something out in the morning and then it's defrosted by dinner time, and 5 minutes later reheated. It's great,
Yeah.
really
If
easy.
it's in the saucepan, if it's in the slow cooker, like Michelle will make a stew or something else, and if it's in the slow cooker, then that's fine. I can eat
Hmm.
it. If it's like in a saucepan and it's just left there to thinking or it's in the carton or anything, then no thank you, not for me, thank
Right.
you. You know what I mean? When I was a child, my mum, when we had like food left over, she used to make bubble and squeak out of it.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, yeah, it's and I used to love it. You stick a lot of brown sauce on it, and loads of stuff on it. But the trouble is, let's get back to the label,
Oh
really.
yeah.
Yeah, not bubble and sweet. But so, what do you advise people when they go into the supermarket, right? What do we look for the good foods and the bad foods? Say, does it say on the label?
No, no, you need to turn it round and take a look at the nutritional information on the back, where it's got your carbohydrate, protein, and fat, and take a look at the ingredient. Well, the ingredients is the easiest thing to do.
Right. Okay.
And if there's ingredients in it you don't want to eat, or ideally for your weight and your health you shouldn't eat, or ingredients you don't even know what they are, then think twice.
Right.
Ideally, the sugar count should be reasonable. I'm not going to get into that because people won't know what to look for, and it all depends, how much sugar they take in. But
Yeah.
because don't forget, starch is a sugar in its sense. Starch is
It's
the
a high
name.
in sugar starch.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, because starch is the plant's storage of sugar. So it's the same thing. Your body digests it exactly the same. So the
Yeah. I thought
starch
so.
is basically the carbohydrate sugar of the plant.
Yeah.
And so all the veggies that are in the ground, they're really high in starch, like your root tubers, potatoes, swedes, parsnip. So anything you have to cook is quite high in starch. But the low starchy foods are the veggies that are grown above the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And they're the kind of veggies you need to eat. And that's where you can get good quality carbs from and your fiber. But when you're starting to look at packet food, it's going to have poor quality oils and high in sugar and artificial sweeteners.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I suppose that traffic light system they've got is a better than not knowing at all. But as soon as you take processed food in, you're in trouble, really, because you're taking a lot of crap.
Yeah. But does it work? Does this traffic like system work?
I think only really if your diet is quite poor and you
Yeah.
move
Yeah.
to the traffic light.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I started eating food with the traffic light, I'd probably become overweight and I would probably have really poor health.
Yeah.
So it depends where you're coming from as to whether it will work for you. If you're coming down from a poor diet, if you're coming down, slowly taking, takeaways and things out,
Yeah.
then it would be better for you. But no.
No. I've got somebody on my radio. Oh, this is a good question. It says here. It says, "Hi, Steve and Liz. Um, I I suffer with a lot of wind. Well, that's me as well. Don't worry. And flatulence, or what is it? Flatulence? Yeah. What can I do about that? Am I eating the wrong foods, or do I need to change my habits of eating?
It's most likely to be the wrong kind of food. Now, artificial sweeteners, for fine example, and they feed the bad gut bugs, so you can get a bit gassy from that. If you've eaten something and it sits and takes a long while to digest or doesn't digest properly, and grains are known for this. So all your wheat, oats, barley, rye, they can sit in your stomach for too long and start to ferment, and that can cause gases, and your gases can go up or down the way. And if they go down the way, it's going to cause problem. If you've got food that isn't digesting properly within, and you've got poor gut health, the foods in there aren't going to be broken down properly, and that can cause gases. There are certain fibres in vegetables and fruits, but vegetables such as onions, people find it really some people find it really difficult to digest onions because of particular fibres in these.
Ah.
And there's quite a range of food. It's called FODMAPs. It's fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, and polyols. And those are particular fibres in vegetables that some people find difficult to break down, and they can cause a lot of gas. And also the artificial sweeteners. Yeah, they're really
Because I suffer, I suffer with, um, you know, gas too, if you want to call it. I was going
yeah.
to call it something else, but and it's and it's really terrible because it's like it's not very nice when you kind of. So do you think I'm kind of like eating some wrong foods? Because I don't, I can't understand it myself because
Yeah, possibly. And if your gut isn't in a healthy state, all sorts can be going on as well there. You might have an intestinal, um, like bacterial infection that would obviously need specialist attention. What was the other thing I was going to say?
how about drinking?
Overeating. Overeating can be really bad as well,
Yeah.
because what happens is your food doesn't have room to move in your stomach, so it sits and ferments and causes gas, and that can go down the way as well.
See,
So
I'm still sorry, Liz.
that's
I'm
okay.
still, I'm still drinking my zero Coke, my
Artificial
Pepsi.
sweetener, yeah, that's going to have a bad effect on your gut bugs.
That one there.
Yeah,
But
artificial sweetener.
is it?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind betting that's got something to do with it, because your bad gut bugs, especially as you're trying to clean up your diet as well, your bad gut bugs love artificial sweeteners, and they can, although the zero calorie, low calorie artificial sweeteners can actually prevent you from losing weight effortlessly, because they can interfere with the metabolism of your body fat. Bonkers, I know. You think it would be good for you, you think you could lose weight. No, that can be really problematic.
That's my problem, man.
It may well be,
Yeah, yeah.
unless I see a list of all the foods you
Yeah,
eat.
yeah. I will. When,
Okay.
when we when we got a meeting tomorrow, I will do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, how about a lot of people say around about all these herbs and everything else they got. Buy these herbs and stick it on your meal and everything. Um, is that a problem?
No, herbs and spices are fantastic. Yeah, get them in. And some of them are really beneficial, like turmeric, is anti-inflammatory, ginger, even chili. They all have really good health benefits. I mean, the Chinese, they knew what they were talking about, all these Chinese medicines and green tea and all sorts of different things.
Yeah,
There's a lot to be said for herbs and spices, and a lot of herbs have a lot of antibacterial
yeah,
properties as well, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antioxidant properties as well. And antioxidants help to fend off free radicals. So free radicals are the baddies that you end up overproducing when you eat crappy food. So getting the herbs in, getting the fresh herbs in is perfect. If you've got a poor diet, get some of them
Yeah.
in as well.
But see, the trouble is, also, I was reading the other day that spices are bad for you. If you have certain spices, they can be really bad for you.
Not in general, no. Not in
No?
general, unless you have an intolerance to a certain spice, like chili, for example. People with uh, autoimmune disorders, because it's part of the nightshade family, any peppers, and
Right,
including
okay.
chili, can be troublesome for some people, like mustard. People can be allergic to mustard, and people can find peppers and spices
Mm,
particularly troublesome. But they've got something. I don't want to say wrong, but they've got an issue with that particular spice, or they've
yeah.
got something else going on.
Yeah, because that was on my list, actually, mustard.
Oh right,
Because
yeah,
I eat a lot of mustard.
right.
You know, I could have it with my, if Michelle does like a chicken or something like that, or, roast chicken or something like that. I like to have it, with my dinner, the mustard and everything.
Yeah, I think it's more of a an allergy towards it, not so much an intolerance. But I'll need to check, and I'll let you know tomorrow.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
But yeah,
okay.
mustard can be problematic because
And that,
even a lot of veggies can be, because it's their own defense mechanism. They've got toxins in them, and it's the plant's own defense mechanism, because they can't get up and run away. They have these toxins, so as when animals or people eat them, they have a reaction to them, and they learn not to eat that again.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely, yeah. Okay then. Thank you very much, Liz, once again.
Very well.
Um, Brilliant, really good, really good. Okay, guys, don't forget to follow Liz, and also you'll see all the details on the new website. And also, I'm still trying to get used to my hair, so any ideas with cardboard would be grateful. So thanks, Liz, once again,
Alrighty.
and take care. Good night.
Okay. Bye,
Bye
guys.
bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye bye. Right. Right. Okay. Thank you very much to Liz. I'm just going to do something about my hair now. Yeah. What a what a mess. But there you go. Anyway, that's one of my carers for me. I'm afraid. Yes. I know you're laughing because I can see you out there. All right. Then. See you later. Bye bye.